Philip the Arab, an emperor of Rome, born in the Roman province of Arabia Petraea. He ruled an empire stretching from the rainy Isles of Britannia to the scorching deserts of the Middle East. A man of ambition, he rose from humble beginnings to the highest office in the land, but his reign would be short and his end violent. Philip's story is one of both triumph and tragedy. It's a tale of ancient power struggles, of shifting loyalties, and of the ever-present threat of violence that hung over the Roman Empire. Philip was born around the year 204 AD, during a time when the Roman Empire was vast and diverse. His birthplace, Philippopolis, a city in the Roman province of Arabia Petraea, was a melting pot of cultures and traditions. Today we know this place as Shahba, Syria, a city that still holds echoes of its ancient past. Philip's father, Julius Marinus, was an Arab chieftain, a leader respected by both his people and the Roman authorities. A man of some importance in the local area, Julius Marinus played a crucial role in the community. We know little of Philip's early life, but we can imagine a childhood filled with the rich cultural tapestry of the region. But his origins, far from the heart of Roman power, would make his rise to emperor all the more remarkable, a testament to his resilience and ambition. Imagine young Philip amidst the bustling streets of Philippopolis, where merchants from distant lands traded goods and stories. The air thick with the scent of spices, a blend of aromas that spoke of far-off places and exotic adventures. The sounds of trade and commerce all around, a symphony of voices and clinking coins that filled the air. He grows up a Roman citizen, enjoying the privileges and responsibilities that came with this status, but also a son of Arabia, deeply connected to his heritage and the traditions of his ancestors. This unique background would shape his destiny, blending the strengths of both worlds and preparing him for the challenges ahead. Philip's path to power lay in the Roman army, a common route for ambitious men in those days. He rose through the ranks, proving himself a capable soldier and commander. His big break came during the reign of Emperor Gordian III. Gordian III appointed Philip Praetorian Prefect. It was a position of immense power. The Praetorian Prefect commanded the Praetorian Guard, the emperor's elite bodyguard. But more than that, he was the emperor's right-hand man, his most trusted advisor. In 243 AD, Gordian III launched a campaign against the Sasanian Empire in the east. This was a bold move, driven by the need to secure Rome's eastern frontiers and curb the growing influence of the Sasanians. The Sasanians, a powerful Persian dynasty, posed a constant threat to Rome's eastern borders. Their military prowess and strategic acumen made them formidable adversaries, and their ambitions often clashed with those of Rome. Philip accompanied the emperor on this campaign. As a trusted advisor and a key figure in the Roman military hierarchy, his presence was crucial. He was there to advise him, to guide him. Philip's counsel was invaluable, especially in the complex and treacherous terrain of the eastern provinces. But whispers began to circulate, whispers of ambition, of treachery. In the shadows of the Roman court, plots were hatched and loyalties were tested. The circumstances surrounding Gordian III's death remain murky. The young emperor's demise was sudden and shrouded in mystery. Some ancient sources claim he died in battle. They describe a fierce confrontation with the Sasanian forces, where Gordian met his end amidst the chaos. Others suggest he was murdered. These accounts speak of betrayal, of a dagger in the dark, and of a plot to remove the young ruler, and some point the finger directly at Philip. They accuse him of orchestrating the emperor's downfall to pave his own path to power. We may never know the truth. The historical records are fragmented and often contradictory, leaving us with more questions than answers. But one thing is certain. With Gordian III out of the picture, Philip seized his chance. He ascended to the throne, marking the beginning of a new chapter in Roman history. The army proclaimed Philip emperor in 244 AD. He moved quickly to consolidate his power. He made peace with the Sasanians, a pragmatic move that secured Rome's eastern border, for now at least. He then returned to Rome, where the Senate, with little choice, ratified his accession. Philip's reign was marked by a desire for stability. He understood the precarious nature of power in the Roman Empire. He knew he had to tread carefully. He needed to win over the Roman people, and just as importantly, he needed to keep the army on his side. In 248 AD, a momentous occasion took place. Rome celebrated its 1000th birthday. The Ludi Seculares, or secular games, marked this momentous anniversary. Philip presided over the lavish festivities. Games, sacrifices, and public entertainment on a grand scale were put on display for the Roman people. These games were more than just a celebration. They were a carefully orchestrated display of power, a reminder to the Roman people of the empire's enduring strength, and of course a chance for Philip to bask in the adulation of the crowds. Intriguing rumours have always surrounded Philip's religious beliefs. Some sources suggest he may have converted to Christianity, a radical idea in a time when Christianity was still a minority religion, often persecuted by the Roman state. Did Philip, the emperor from the Arabian desert, embrace the burgeoning faith of Christianity? The evidence is scant, and historians continue to debate the issue. But the possibility, however slim, adds another layer of intrigue to Philip's story. Despite his efforts, Philip's reign was beset by problems. The empire faced threats on multiple fronts. Barbarian tribes tested Rome's defences along the Rhine and Danube rivers. In the east, the fragile peace with the Sasanians looked increasingly precarious. Internally, things weren't much better. The Roman economy was struggling, inflation was rampant, and Philip's attempts to raise taxes to fund the army proved deeply unpopular. His grip on power was beginning to slip. He needed a victory, a decisive win to bolster his legitimacy and silence his critics, but that victory would elude him. In 249 AD, a new challenger emerged. Gaius Messius Quintus Traianus Decius, a Roman general proclaimed emperor by his troops. Decius was a seasoned military leader known for his strategic acumen and unyielding determination. His rise to power was swift and decisive, reflecting the volatile nature of Roman politics and the constant struggle for supremacy. The two rivals met in battle near Verona in northern Italy. This confrontation was not just a clash of armies, but a battle of wills, a test of leadership and resolve. The stakes were high, and the outcome would determine the future of the Roman Empire. What followed was a short but brutal encounter. Philip's forces were routed. The battlefield was a scene of chaos and carnage, with soldiers fighting desperately for their lives. The clash was intense, and the air was thick with the sounds of battle cries and the clash of steel. He himself was killed in the fighting. Philip's death marked the end of his reign and the beginning of a new chapter in Roman history. His fall was as sudden as his rise, a stark reminder of the precarious nature of power in ancient Rome. His reign, which had begun with such promise, was over. Philip had ascended to the throne with high hopes and grand ambitions, but his tenure was cut short by the relentless tides of conflict and ambition that defined the era. Philip the Arab, the emperor from the desert, died as he had lived, by the sword. His life was a testament to the harsh realities of leadership in a time of constant warfare and political intrigue. Philip's legacy is a complex one. He was a man of contradictions, a leader who sought peace but was often forced into war. His reign was marked by both achievements and failures, reflecting the turbulent times in which he lived. He was a capable soldier, a shrewd politician. His military campaigns were marked by both strategic brilliance and brutal efficiency. Yet his political maneuvers often left him vulnerable to the machinations of his rivals. But he was also a product of his time, a time when the Roman Empire was beset by internal strife and external threats. The pressures of leadership in such an era were immense, and Philip's reign was a reflection of these challenges, a time of instability and violence in the Roman Empire. The 3rd century AD was a period of great upheaval, with the empire facing threats from all sides. Civil wars, invasions, and political assassinations were common, and emperors often had to fight to maintain their hold on power. He fought to hold on to power. Philip's efforts to secure his position were relentless, and he faced numerous challenges from both within and outside the empire. His determination to maintain control was evident in his actions and decisions, and in the end, he died a soldier's death. His demise was a fitting end for a man who had spent his life in the service of the empire, fighting to protect and preserve its legacy. His reign, though brief, serves as a reminder of the turbulent times that gripped the Roman world in the 3rd century AD. Philip's story is a poignant example of the fragility of power and the relentless nature of history.